Hey, welcome to week 4. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be an introduction to our lesson 10. Lots going on this lesson, so make sure you're just paying kind of close attention. To start with, just kind of want you to take a peek at these fractions. And then they tell us to simplify it, right? So, a fraction bar like this, remember, just means divide. 4 divided by 4. Negative 26 divided by negative 26. See a pattern here. X divided by x. Well, x goes into x one time. Think about this one for a minute. It's just 1, right? So the conclusion that we can draw here, hopefully you see, is if the numerator and the denominator are the same, then what? It's equivalent to 1, right? It's the same as 1. So when the numerator and the denominator are the same, we're looking at a number that's equivalent to 1 whole, right? Okay, I'm going to briefly go back and try to remember last week. Now, hopefully you did the little quiz before this, so you remembered our subtraction rule. This is what we do when we are dividing exponents. So it's really our quotient rule, excuse me for that. When we're dividing powers, the shortcut is to just subtract our exponents, right? So for this, let me move this up a little bit here. The subtraction, we keep the same base, so 5 to the top minus the bottom. Here, same base, numerator minus denominator exponent. Numerator is 2, denominator is 2. See what we're getting at here? We subtract the exponents here. And so our rule for when we are doing quotients, division, is we subtract the exponents. Now, all of these then wind up being to the 0 power. Why did that happen? Because the exponents were the same. And in this case, right, when the numerator and the denominator are the same, we just said that they were equal to 1, right? So this is 1. This is equal to 1. 1. Anytime numerator and denominator are the same, that's going to be 1. Some teachers will say that they cancel out. I kind of don't like to say that. It's not that it cancels out, it's just that it equals 1, and 1 times anything, well, that's what we call that invisible 1, right? I'm not going to put 1 times anything, because why do I need to? It's not going to change the number. It's called the multiplicative identity property. You can multiply 1 times anything, doesn't change it. So we usually don't put it, but it's there. It's just invisible. And invisible math becomes much more important in algebra, okay? All right, so think about what we've just kind of come across, what we've just kind of discovered. And let's just say you were asked, based on what we just discussed and looked at, just tell me what 5 to the 0 power was. 1, right? How about 3 to the 0 power? Meaning the exponents that would be there would be the same on the numerator and denominator. Here, if we assume it's been simplified, because if we look up here, all of these were to the 0 power, all of them were equal to 1. Now, 0 to the 0 power. Yeah, I don't even think we're going to talk about this one this year, okay? Maybe if we were in class. All right, so let's kind of jump to something that we assume is true. Base can't be 0. That's what we're talking about right here. But what would be true for all non-zero numbers to the power of 0? So if this weren't 0, it could be any number raised to the 0 power. What do you think that is? Any number, we'll just say A for any number, raised to the power of 0 would equal what? Always 1. So this is one of our exponent properties. Okay, and in the next part of our lesson, I'm going to be having you write this down. This is just the start of lesson 10, knowing that anything to the 0 power is 1. Now, real quickly, why can't we have the base of 0, like this 0 to 0? Why can't we do that? Well, it would imply that we can divide by 0, and dividing by 0 is undefined. Just as a reminder, you know, when we were doing slope, if we had 0 in the denominator, right, we said that was undefined for a slope. And that would just mean it's a line like this, right? We can't divide by 0 in math. Do you remember slope dude going off the edge? Undefined. Anyway, okay, so that's the property for this instructional video.